Om Shanti. This is Rose from Glasgow, Inner Space. And we're going to talk about to support ourselves and support the earth. So, if you sustain yourself, you can reduce your needs. So how many times a day do you say or think, I want? I want. So we look at, does contentment seem like a far distant dream? So we have a lot of things to think about, actually. This is why it's lovely to see everyone here and to welcome everyone here. Because are you aware of the impact that personal desires have on the environment? And are we aware to what extent we appreciate this planet? And how would you describe yourself? Would you think you're a taker or a giver? And do we accept responsibility for using the resources of the physical world? That is, do we appreciate what's there, what we receive from the physical world? So when we practice meditation, it can help us to see a positive and internal response throughout the day. So stop every now and again and check. Like, who am I? What am I doing? What role? What actions am I? What role am I having to play in all of this? Because life, it's about cooperation and living together in harmony. And from the moment I try to possess anything or anyone, I become trapped in that. But when I practice meditation, it wakes me up. So I'm fully aware of who I am, and I become aware of myself as the energy in the center of the forehead. And I'm not a physical body, and this body is a gift. I'm a being of light. So is it possible that I can understand and reduce my personal needs? Can I fill myself every day with a self-generated peace and power? So for this I need understanding. I need to understand my nature and how dependent I am, how I truly wish to not be so dependent. So sustainability starts from the inside. It starts with me. I need to feel that I can do this better. I can do this. So support yourself and support the earth. Om Shanti.
Self-generated peace and power. What do I need to think or do to create peace and power for myself?
I need to know myself. I need to practice knowing myself. I need to sincerely look at my true heart and see how I feel about interacting with others, and know that not everyone has come to understand this, but if I begin to understand it and understand myself, I can be more generous-hearted.
Yeah, I can see how it's quite easy to get distracted away from the self and think that I'm helping. So it's such a balance, isn't it, to, as you said, life's all about cooperating and living in harmony, so to be with others, to be in the world and be helpful, but to make sure that I keep a check on my part, because that's all I can really control is my part.
Yeah. Well, the world has become a place of rules, regulations and control. But when I become soul conscious, it helps me to understand that it's myself I have to control. That it never works, will never work if I try to control other people. And that becomes the example of love, really. That, where was I before I started to do this? And I was possibly all over the place, and I didn't know any different until I started to look at the way I was and how I would like to be. And by doing this and understanding myself, I become far more understanding of others, and I don't try to control others. Okay.
So do you think control is connected with the thing you said at the beginning, I want, I want?
Yes, yes. It's to do with need and greed and weakness and wishing and hoping and wanting things to be different. And they'll only be different when I make them different. The difference comes from me, and then the example comes from me, and then the way I interact with others will definitely have an effect.
So, support yourself, support the earth. What can I do to truly reduce my needs so that I become more of a giver?
It's when I'm able to see how needy I've become. Like I need the praise and the accolade and the respect that comes from always being in fashion and always having the answers, and my needs of having the best and feeling healthy with good food, and too much, and friends because I agree with them in the wrong way, because I do everything to please them. It's called people pleasing. So when I realise I actually don't need to do this because it makes me feel uncomfortable. If I really look at myself, I'll see that I think, I don't feel right with all of this. So when I start to look at lifestyle and decide that, less is more, doesn't mean deprive, but I don't need as much as I thought I needed, because what I thought I needed was usually to impress others. I don't need to impress them anymore. It's a long story, and I would say the more people tune in to how the story is, then the more it becomes clear what we do with ourselves. Okay.
It's interesting because support yourself, support the earth, and what you're kind of saying is there's this fear of, kind of like a fear of loss or neediness that makes us hang on and accumulate and kind of try and people please. But at the back of it, there's this really almost positive desire to keep things comfortable. So how do I just transform that so that this desire to make everything good can move away from the neediness and can become a truly positive desire to make everything. What does it mean to make everything truly good and not just trying to sort of put a plaster on everything and pretend everything's okay or force everything to be okay?
It's when I feel okay about myself and I feel I'm beginning to understand the right track, and I'm doing this for myself, and I don't have to show it off, because it should be visible that I'm changing and becoming. They say when you change, the world changes. And so if you start to change the way you're acting, interacting, and desiring, and wanting a response, and wanting respect, when you change that, and others see that, you know, they don't have to poke at you to get a respect or for you to respect them, something happens subtly so that it affects them as well. We think there's no point in showing off here because they're not impressed. So to be not impressed by all the fancifulness and the fanciness and the newness of matter really is helpful to me, and it makes me healthier and fresher by not being impressed. If that makes sense. Okay. Om Shanti. I would say that this meditation on the I am the energy, I'm the energy that gives life to nature. I give life to my own nature, I give life to the nature of others, and I give life to the planet Earth. So if I could focus on that and feel that I'm actually doing my job here, I'm doing my duty, and I love it. That it makes me feel stronger, healthier, fresher day by day. And it's less looking at me, I need, but what does this need? What does the world need? Let me start giving some of my energy to that. Om Shanti. And so focus on this incredible energy, soul energy, that comes from the one above, the supreme energy, the supreme soul. His gift to the world and to the children of the world is the energy of the highest source, and to use it over and over in a very useful way throughout the day for the self, the planet, and others. Om Shanti. Sustainability from the inside out. Sustainability from the inside out means, first, I need to spend time looking inwards before I look outwards. Now, how can I sustain myself? Do I respect myself? As I develop self-awareness, I'm aware of the wonder of every soul. I respect others. And this respect is the basis of sustainable and healthy relationships. Ask yourself, to what extent do I appreciate this planet? It is a gift, a very precious blue pearl. Am I able to have positive thoughts for all forms of life? Do I treat physical matter with care? Am I a taker or a giver? Do I make any contribution to creating positive change? I accept responsibility. I am able to respond. I can create a positive internal response. And throughout the day, I stop and check. What role did I have to play within all of this? Simply let me have a warm heart and a cool, clear head. Human beings desire to conquer the physical world, but life is about cooperation and living together. And from the moment that I try to possess anything or anyone, to try to make it mine, I become a slave. I become trapped. Meditation wakes me up. So I am fully aware of who I am. And I become aware of myself as a soul. I am not a physical body, and this body is a gift. I am a being of light. It is so simple. Can I reduce my personal needs? Can I take time every day to fill myself with self-generated peace and power? Sustainability starts from the inside and naturally touches everyone that I meet. And my new peaceful mindset has a positive impact on my environment. Om Shanti.